This might actually be my mother's house. It's certainly worth taking a closer look. It somehow feels right. Ramon had lots of space to play here. Painted walls in the style one would expect in Egypt. Who knows what this used to be, but now it's just shards. A small statue of a deity for domestic use. The statue is holding something, a necklace with a blood-red stone. That must be another one of those wedding necklaces, like the one from the cave. The stone is blood-red. I know even less about my father than I do about my mother, but this blood-red stone proves that they must have loved each other very much. Good to know. Painted walls in the style one would expect in Egypt. Clearly drawn by Ramon. That's proof that he was obsessed with the lion-headed goddess even as a child. Armchairs and chaises longues, the like of which I've only seen in manor houses. Looks like that was Ramon's painting corner. Blown sand, just like you can find all over Zerzura. Looks like the foundations of a church. But here, within view of the temple. Strange. A Zerzurian spade. I wonder if that's been willfully destroyed. You can split stone with that. A Bible, worn and very old. Could almost be a first edition. A date tree. The leaves are completely dried out. I'll take one with me. Sekhmet and even more Sekhmet, so that no one forgets who's the mistress here. I wonder who lived here. It would be really easy to climb up that rope. If only I could get down there in one piece. A clay pot. It was probably used to store foodstuffs. The mount is broken, and the millstone has fallen out. There's nothing I can do with that. Whatever used to be in there, the crate is empty now. A piece of a robe. That would suggest there were Christians living here. The people who lived here don't seem to have liked Egyptian murals. I can see the sky. Apart from the two doorways, this house is like all the others. Painted walls in the style one would expect in Egypt. Painted walls in the style one would expect in Egypt. The whole column is studded with scenes from a temple ritual or something like that. Ramon could probably interpret it. Painted walls in the style one would expect in Egypt. The upper stone is loose. It fits! I can grind something with that. Flour. Susanna lived here with Ramon. That's the way up to the rooms on the upper floor. It looks as though the ladder up has been lost. Painted walls in the style one would expect in Egypt. The flour is sticking to the wall there. It must be damp. That was easier than I thought. The stone was already quite crumbly. An underground river, and there's enough room to breathe too. Then let's do it. I don't need to go down again, so I'd better take it with me. First, I'll make sure I've got a trouble-free way back. Hopefully the mechanism still works. Broken. Well, at least the drawbridge stays down. I'll take that with me. A skeleton who used to be a warrior. His leather armor with iron fittings is still in good shape. I'll only cut off one of the metal plates. What could they mean? Ramon would surely have known. These alcoves, they're somehow connected to the door's opening mechanism. If only I knew how to read the symbols above them. The door to the inside of the temple, closed and with no handle. The cogwheel has surely got something to do with the release mechanism, but from where do you put it in motion? Ramon, dear brother, I would much rather ask you than search you, but you have always written everything down. Perhaps that will help us now. He's not doing well. He has a fever and won't wake up.
Sekhmet, goddess with lion head. Her name in translation means the powerful one, and one of her epithets is the mistress of trembles. She dictates over war and illness, but also over healing. If the priests succeed in appeasing her in prayer, she is also willing to revoke threats. Embodies the combative aspect of the cat, hence the lion head, as counterpart to Bastet, the cat-headed fertility goddess.
There's a lot of sand lying here that the sandstorm blew between the rocks. That's a good way to transport sand. These alcoves, they are somehow connected to the door's opening mechanism. If only I knew how to read the symbols above them. Very good. The symbols are also here in Ramon's notes. Here on the right is water, easy to recognize. The symbol over there means Azorian blood. Strange. Then here on the left we have the symbol for sand. Down at the bottom is fire. And that must be amber, which stands for a flash? Very interesting. These alcoves must be connected to the large cogwheel and the door via some kind of mechanism. I guess it works with weights. Then the various materials would make the door move. Now something's moving. This might just work. It does! It's good wood, but it doesn't burn too easily. That'll heat up the wood pretty well. I have to do it.
What are you doing? Are you trying to practice bloodletting? I don't think modern methods of healing will help him at all.
I just need a couple of drops of his blood. Trust me.
All right. I'm sure you know what you're doing.
It's just a little cut to the finger. Let's see what happens. Unbelievable! The cog is turning. Puzzling. That was easy. I should be able to light the matchstick using sunlight. Fire! It's burning. I knew it. This shield didn't help its owner too well. A door with a handle. Can it really be that simple? Chopped off limbs, loose leg bones and heads, from Christians as well as Zerzurians. Nobody was spared here. So many dead. This must have been where the main battle took place. There definitely has to be a catch. I knew it. This warhammer might just switch off the trap mechanism. It's holding. There's one of the stone Sekhmet statue heads lying there. I know that lion's head. Now that works like a barbed hook. Wait. Now! Ha! I know that lion's head. Ramon was right from the start. This talisman is a key. Whether it's lucky or unlucky, we're about to find out.
Who are you? Why have you come? To pay me homage or to kill me?
To be honest, not for either of those. I'm actually looking for the holy water, Your Majesty.
And how did you get in here? Into the temple? Into the city?
With the key, I collected all 12 pieces together.
Your hair is black? Where did you get the blood for the temple door mechanism?
My brother, he is from here. He is a Zerzurian. The holy water of Zerzura. Does it still exist?
I don't think so. The font has dried up.
But if it were filled with water again, could you then make it holy?
I might possibly have the power to fill a chalice or two. But why? If there is no one who will drink it. Would you wish to drink it? For you should know that it doesn't only heal all maladies, it also binds the drinker to Zerzura. It will fill their heart with longing for a love of this city which will outweigh any other love of home.
I've heard this already, but the water is not for me, but for my brother, Ramon, who lies dying. He fled from here 20 years ago with his mother, Susanna.
Susanna? Really? She was one of my 12 counselors.
And the guardian of the river influx.
Was it she who guided you here?
She is dead. She was murdered shortly after my birth.
Oh? That is terrible. Quite awful. See to it that Sekhmet's fount fills with water, and bring me some of it so that I can bless it. I do not wish Susanna's son to die.
What exactly happened 20 years ago?
Zerzura was shaken to its foundations. Sekhmet's anger is great, her wrath immeasurable. She is the goddess of war. To antagonize her is to summon death and destruction.
Who antagonized her?
The one who dared to erect a temple to another god. The people rallied to him, and he infected them with the hatred of Sekhmet.
Does he have all of the dead on his conscience?
The people that you saw outside, slaughtered and butchered, I have them on my conscience. When the uprising of the bearers of the cross began, I lost control over Sekhmet's anger. I ended up with such a thirst for blood that I slaughtered each and every one who came near me, regardless of their being friend or foe. Luckily, a large proportion of the population were able to flee, and they locked Zerzura's gate fast.
They did that to lock you in? To protect themselves from you?
Correct. I needed years to quieten Sekhmet's wrath, I have now achieved that. My people no longer need to fear me. I will receive them with open arms.
The lion mask you wear, is that an effigy of Sekhmet?
Yes, the lion head herself had the first priest make it. Anyone who wears the mask is a high priest of Sekhmet and is joined to her.
Does that mean that you can use the Sekhmet's power for your own ends?
Up to a certain point, yes. Because I am a gentle character, it is only once in 1,000 years that I have lost control over Sekhmet's negative energy.
That was 20 years ago, a time when blood flowed and there was the great exodus. Could you tell me something about Zerzura?
The city is as old as the desert. A sandstorm hides and protects it. It once used to be Sekhmet's own fortress.
I'll be right back, Your Majesty.
I shall be here.
This is Sekhmet, the guardian goddess of Zerzura. Ramon used to tell me about her. I ought to have paid better attention. The fount is dry. Damn it! Hopefully Ramon can hold out. It's all going to take too long. There are a few intakes. Now let's see. This one here has to be the main intake, but it's not locked either. There's fire in the brazier. The water supply feeds into the edge of the fount. It's probably routed directly under the floor. As I thought, the main feed continues here. The pipe leads under this large stone slab. It's unfortunately too heavy to push to the side. Fits. Wonderful. The pliers have opened. I can now pull away the slab using the rope. hope that Sekhmet doesn't take this badly. Most Venerable Queen, what I'm going to do now is neither personally nor symbolically intended. It is simply necessary.
The damage will have to be repaired.
Of course, Venerable Queen. Later. That worked. This stone ankh fell out of the Sekhmet statue's hand. In contrast to her, it stayed in one piece. I'm sure that Ramon would advise me to take it with me. There are notches in the wall. I could use those to climb down. The weight ought to set the mechanism in motion. Yes, in theory that'll work. Lots of big and small cogs. This pipe is the one that takes the water up to the fount. The cog is still in good condition, but it isn't connected to the others. Interesting. This uses Archimedes' screw principle. This bracket looks like it could still be usable. As though they were made for each other. The weights ought to set the mechanism in motion. The main mechanism is working, but the pump still isn't. The main mechanism is now connected to the cogwheel in the middle. Now the other cog can grip it. Water, flow. Not enough water is getting to the fount. It could take an eternity like this. The fountain is spraying all the water. I'd better seal it off so that the fount fills up. If the Queen doesn't come to the water, then I'll just take the water to her.
Theodore, there you are. Have you got the water?
Rafi? What the devil? Let go of my brother right now!
No, I'm not going to do anything.
Tell that to the Grand Inquisitor. He might believe you, perhaps. And now, let Ramon go!
Who are these people? Didn't you say it was just you and your brother?
Yes, and Jamila. But him there, he definitely isn't one of us.
Theodore, listen, I'm sorry about what I did. Honestly, I'd really like to make things good.
Gonzalo! What do you want?
I have come home, Your Highness.
After everything that has happened.
It was time.
Look around you. It is your fault that the city is deadly quiet. Your fault that everyone has gone and I live here as though in a huge burial chamber.
The people fled because you were in a deadly rage and killed hundreds of them, Your Highness.
You incited the people by building that unspeakable church.
It was you who drove me to it. Was it not enough to expel me from your circle of counselors? You also had to ban me from the palace, from my home where I had faithfully served you my whole life long.
It was a mistake to take in your people. The warriors with the crosses on their chests. As one can see in you as well, they bring only hate and ruin with them.
My father was a crusader knight, true, but I have always served you faithfully. You had no right to doubt me.
But you were unable to answer my question about your belief in Sekhmet without hesitation. And anyone who doubts Sekhmet cannot be in my circle of counselors.
I was your most faithful servant, Your Highness. You could have simply trusted in me.
And I am Sekhmet's most faithful servant. What do you want here? Bedecked with your symbols of another religion.
Those are only to open doors. As Grand Inquisitor of the Church, certain things come more easily.
Are you now where you want to be?
In Zerzura, yes. I have dreamed of nothing else all these years other than to return here.
But it is impossible for you to remain here.
I have ended your imprisonment. The city gate of Zerzura is open once more. The people will return. Is not that proof of my loyalty?
I do not trust you. What do you really want?
I want to return home. Let me return your highness. Forgive me.
What? You ask me for forgiveness?
Yes, your highness. I wish for nothing more other than that you trust me. I will be Sekhmet's most faithful servant.
If that really is the case, then rid yourself of those crosses. Throw away that false belief and pledge your pure heart to Sekhmet. And with Sekhmet's help, it will perhaps one day be possible for me to trust you again.
I'll not wait for that. I don't need your charity, old woman. For you are no longer any more than that. Thus I will not serve Sekhmet, but Sekhmet will serve me.
By Shaitan, the fellow planned this all along. Hey, Gonzalo, you can maybe steal from defenseless women, but you are not going to play the Emperor here.
You stupid boy, you should have had a drink of that holy water beforehand. Then you might have been able to have bent a single hair of mine, but only perhaps. And in the future I will know how to prevent even that. This is the last of the blessed water, and under my rule it shall not be renewed. That is, for none other than now, to you. Give me the water carrier this minute. Otherwise I will kill you.
He's going to kill us all anyway.
Correct.
That's a lot.
This is no longer about me or your brother. You have to drink it, Fedor.
You shouldn't have done that.
He'll kill us all.
Fedor!
No holy water left. Damn it, my brother is dying. Let it be then. I shall put on the mask and bless the water myself.
Then you will be the king of Zerzura, forever and ever. Do you really want that?
But what else can I do? Do you want to put it on?
No, for God's sake! It's not my city, even less than it is yours. But it is his city.
You're right. Ramon, did you hear that? You should be king of Zerzura. What do you think of that idea?
That would be much more than I could ever have dreamt of. But
Oh no, Jamila! He's coughing blood!
One more reason for a quick coronation.
Listen, my brother. First of all, you have to bless the water, then you drink it, and then you'll be well.
Ramon, you have felt this yourself for a long time. You were born to be king.
Zerzura is your home, and you will see to it that it once again becomes a flourishing oasis. I'm sure of that.
good.
I'll put the mask on you now. All right?
Yes, Theodore, I am ready. With Sekhmet's help, heal. Thank you. Theodore, thanks for everything.
Gladly, brother. I've done it all gladly for you.
And thank you too, Jamila. You're a sister in my heart.
I'd do it all again anytime.
All the forces of evil have been conquered. The city gate has been opened. The holy water flows once again. You children of Zerzura, come home! Your king awaits you!
And now to you two.
To us? Why?
What do you mean by that?
May Sekhmet help you flourish and preserve you.
What are you doing?
Give me your hands. This rock crystal belongs to you both. It should both make your love grow and preserve you. Blessed be your love, that it should last forever.
Ooh, is that reversible?
I think so. As soon as we're outside of Zerzura, the effect will lessen.
I don't think I'm in too much of a rush now either. We can easily stay here a few more days.
And so their hearts were joined. As fire makes iron glow, so Fedor and Jamila's love turned the crystal red. They decided to stay, for something in Fedor's heart also bound him to Zerzura. Months passed. Ramon turned out to be a wise and decent king, and no one in Zerzura would ever be ill again. But the desire for adventure tugged at Fedor like a fresh wind draws a boat to the open sea. And together with Jamila, Fedor left the White City.